Hello, testing, testing. Hello, testing, testing. It's not muted. Hopefully the audio is good. I hear the crazy. Hello, hello. Okay. You hear echo, Brandy? I can't tell too much. It was just the headphones. All right. Okay. No problem, darling. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Awesome. It must have been the headphones. I freaked out. It's been a while. And I'm like, no. It's always something, right? With me. You guys know how that works. So I'm going to be altering some boxes today. And I have this beauty right here that I'm going to be using. Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's always good news. I'm using that. Awesome, awesome. So that's a good thing. Just gathering some things, you guys. Today we're going to be doing an altered, like an altered box. And I'm going to be using these little pieces right here that I purchased. This is actually glass right here. And I guess these are like center for the tables that you can put like little notes and tags on it. I guess to claim a table or, you know, reserve a seat or whatever the case may be. But I thought they were really cute. Although I'm not going to be using them for what they are. I'm actually going to be using them as dress stands. That's the idea, at least so far. That's as far as I've gotten. Hi, Jen. How are you, love? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, I got this this box, which I used to have these stamps that you guys have probably seen me use before, but I've unmounted them from the wood blocks and I've stored them in my binders now. So now I have this really nice and sturdy box, and I was not gonna throw this baby away. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make 2 of them because they're about the same size. There's only like a centimeter, like 1/8 of an inch difference in height and probably in width. So it's pretty much the same thing. And then I'm going to be using this. This is going to be the word that I'm going to use. Probably. I'm not sure yet on that. And I figured while I set myself up and while I let people chime on in here. Hi, Janice. How are you, darling? So I'm going to go ahead and start. I did 1 piece, but this is going to be like the backing. And this is so pretty, you guys. This is so, so pretty. I mean, look at the details on that. It is beautiful. But I'm going to use this as a backing. I also went ahead and traced it once, but I'm going to have to do it again and trace it twice so that I can create like a backing for this, because I'm going to mount this piece on that. And then I'm going to create like a free-flowing kind of skirt under that. And that's going to go as the centerpiece in here. So I'm going to mount that so that it's kind of dimensional and sticking out. And today, I went to Michael's, sadly, for the very first time ever on a paper crafting kind of haul. And I did pick up some hot buy papers, but I don't think there are any of the new ones. So I'm not going to really do like a haul video for them because I think you guys have seen them all over and over and over again. I know I have. So I'm just going to see which one of them I'm going to use for this, what's going to pretty much catch my attention. And I'm going to create the remainder of this and that with that. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out 1 more of this because I'm going to need it. Because since I am going to make 2, I have another piece here. Since I am going to make 2, I'm going to go ahead and just process another one of these so that I have it ready to go. And then the rest of it is just kind of creating and decorating the box and making it all pretty. Thank you. I know, I know. Hi, Isabel. Thanks for joining. Hi, Samara. How are you, darling? It's been a while, you guys. It's been a while. I won't lie. The last live stream that I had, I kind of felt somewhat abandoned by most of my fellow peeps, with the exception of a few who did stick around, at least for most of it. But a lot of people just kind of left, and I was kind of trying to interact, and there was no response. So I decided to give it some time because I figured you guys, maybe you were bored of me doing all of these different things. But at the end of the day, I craft because I want to craft. I do lives because I want to do lives. So moving forward, I'm not going to allow that to influence how many times I go live, how I go live, when I go live, so on and so forth. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it and stick around. But if not, I understand. People have things to do, so it's perfectly fine. But I'm back. I'm back, you guys. I'm back. Stronger than ever. So I'm just going to find myself some scissors. Hey, Brandy. Thank you, Isabel. I missed you guys too. I was like, that's it. There's no more love for me no more on here. You guys got tired of watching me. I know my live streams can be a little long. I'm going to try to not be on here as long because I know it's not easy to be on here for 3 hours. But a lot of people dipped out like really, really early in my stream. So that kind of discouraged me somewhat. It kind of had me in somewhat of a funk, if you will. Because I do come on here for you guys, but I had to remind myself that mainly I come on here for me. It's a little selfish to think of it that way, but before I came on to YouTube. So at the end of the day, I had to get back to my happy place and do what I do best. You know? So I'm back. I'm back in full effect. Although I won't be live streaming as much. At least not during the week. I think in the week I'm going to dedicate it more to doing regular videos and voiceovers. But I do love altering stuff, and I do like to do that live because I know sometimes you guys have questions about how I do certain things. And I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Yes, darling, I am back. You know, you couldn't keep me away for too long, right? I just wanted to say that really quickly before I continue. I'm just going to use this for right now to just kind of get these little pieces out of here. But I love this. This is so pretty. And you guys know I have like a really huge stamp that does this as well. But this was a little different. And I find it to be not necessarily unique per se, but it does have a lot of interesting details on it, to say the least. And I was trying to get this done earlier, but I only got to do one, and then time just like escaped from me. So I'm going to try to do this rather quickly. I'm going to run this one more time just to make sure that I get all the little bits off of it. And then we're going to be decorating this box with some beautiful paper. And we're going to be going all shabby on this baby and seeing where it goes. I actually had no idea what I was going to do today, because I mean, that's usually my MO, right? You guys know I never have an idea. But as I was cleaning up my my desk, I found the box, and just looking at the cover of it and just seeing like all the pretty dresses and just the lipsticks and stuff, and it being so girly, it kind of motivated me to use this, which I hadn't used it yet. So I was like, perfect, that's what I'm going to do today. So it goes like this, right? Okay. Just trying to put it right back into its place. And I'm going to run it again just to make sure that I do get all the little bits. Because there are some little bits that are still kind of on there. And then I'm going to do this again with the paper that I decide, with the paper that I go with for the top. This is just so that it has some thickness to it, but I am not going to use this paper as, you know, the actual front of it. This is just so that I can back it up. And so it has some weight to it. Here we go. There we go. That's way better. Let's see here. So we got some little pieces here. So how are my lovely people doing today? Oh, sorry to hear that, Isabel. I do hope that you feel better soon. And no worries, darling. We understand. The important thing is that you got it and that it's not lost floating around in the mail somewhere, or that somebody else is enjoying it, jumping for joy, saying, woohoo, look what I found. Right? That's the important thing. So we'll see. We shall see, you guys. We shall see how this whole thing ends up. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos that I've been putting up lately. I'm trying to do a lot more voiceovers. I'm not that good at voiceovers, you guys. I'm better at speaking direct and live. I find myself kind of searching for words, and sometimes in between the process, you know how sometimes something will take, you'll have to do like 5 or 6 of something like this. Then I'll find myself like, okay, I'm doing this, you guys, and then I'm like, okay, what do I say next? Because that'll take a few, you know, it'll take some time to get it all done. Let me find the paper now that I'm gonna use. And let's see what we go with, you guys. The piece de la resistance. Let me zoom out because I think I'm too zoomed in. Give me 1 second. Let me zoom out of, I think I have it on focus too high. So let me just get out of that zoom area. Oh, it went all the way up to focus. All right, hopefully that's better. And you guys can see me clearer. Yay. All right, so I got some girly paper. I need Christmas paper because I literally, if you guys see the one paper pad that I have, you will all cry with me, okay? It is so sad. Like it's got like 5, maybe 6 sheets, and it's all the ugly paper. Not to say the paper is ugly, but it's just not the best looking paper that I would have liked to, you know, have used on my Christmas stuff. So I'm hoping that I can go again next week and maybe I get lucky. Fingers crossed, toes and fingers crossed. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Maybe, we'll see. It all depends on what strikes me. This is the Fashionista paper pad, and I got a really good deal. I got them for $4 each, so you really cannot beat that. But it has really pretty papers, which again, I'm sure you guys have seen most of this. Oh, I like this. So I'm gonna go with this one. Fierce. It's got all the right words. Flaunted, fashion, fierceness. So I'm gonna use that probably for the background. And let's see if I find something that I can actually utilize to create my dress form with. Oh, I like this for the skirt of the dress. What do you guys think? With all the high heels, that'll be interesting, right? Because usually these gold, this is like, you know, the foot, but nobody would ever think to make a skirt out of it. So I think I'm gonna use this to make a skirt. And they're both gonna be the same. I'm not gonna get too crazy. Maybe a few little things here and there that might be different. But overall, I think they're gonna be the same. And I do like this purple on here. But let's see if I find something else that I like. It has a few sheets that I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll find something to do with it, right? But I think I'm gonna go with this right here. I really like that, and it's got some silver on it. But I don't know if that's gonna clash too much. Yeah, I don't think that that's gonna go well. Let me find another one that maybe I could find some papers with. I can create something with. Let's see. Maybe this one. This one has this one's like a resist one. So actually I can actually go into with some of my distress oxides and blend some colors on there and maybe create my own pattern. Well, at least my own color as opposed to getting one that's colored for me already. Oh yes, you know I will. It'll become something, some way, somehow. But let's see. Is this the right one? What is on here? Ugh. Leaves. Leaves it alone. I don't know. Maybe not, you guys. Okay, maybe this one. Maybe that one. I don't know. I don't know now. Like I had an idea, but I don't know if it's gonna come to fruition. Let's see. Like I said, I did find some, but I didn't find too many that I'm like, oh, I'm so in love with this. I only found one that I could say I really, really loved because it had a little bit of everything that I like in it. But is this gold? No, it doesn't shine. No shine, and it's looking for something that'll match with this skirt that I'm trying to do. This is what happens when you go all the way left with your ideas. Now you have to figure out how to bring it back to the right side. Okay, that's not gonna work for me. But maybe this can be the skirt and maybe this could be the top. I think I'm gonna go for that, right? Will this all match together? Let's see. It's Clash of the Titans, but I think I might be able to make it work because the corset is small. The corset is small, so I think I'm gonna try it. If I don't like it, I can always choose a different paper, so I'm not gonna worry myself too much. And at the end of the day, when I purchase something, I purchase it to use it, not just to look at it. So there's always that trial and error. Not everything is gonna work. You have to be okay with yourself and okay with changes, you know, with letting it all flow and seeing what happens. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. You shall survive. Trust me. All right, so let me go ahead and trim this down. I'm just gonna get a few squares out of here. I think with one nice strip, I'll be able to get them both out. And I'm gonna use this for the top as opposed to the skirt. And this should be good to go. I think this will be good. Hey, Claudia. So right here. I don't need much. And if I want to put some of this maybe on the sides of the box, like cover up the sides of the box, then I still can do it. And it'll still be fashion inspired, which will still work for me. So let's bring this baby around again. And I'm gonna also be doing some solids. I traced it already. I just have to pretty much process that and be able to create some solids out of that. And I'm gonna put it this way, that way it doesn't look like they're actually stepping on me, but they're actually running away in fear. No, I'm just playing. Because I'm so stylish, right? This dress is so fierce. So let's see. Let's see. It's all about trying new things, you guys. Never having fear. Because beauty comes out of the ugliest places. You'd be surprised. All right, so I think this did a pretty good job, but I'm gonna run it again just to be safe, because there's nothing like pulling this thing apart only to realize that you have to do it again, just like you saw me do a few minutes ago. You think you're so close and you're really so far. All right, so I have one down. And I'm gonna do one more. And let's see. Is this too small for that? No, that won't work. Let me get this fine little tip here. That should be perfect. And let's see how this looks, you guys. Oh, I love that. You don't get enough of the pattern to really understand what is going on over here, but you get a nice touch of gold here and there. You get a nice little touch of gold. I'm just making sure that all the little pieces that needed to pop off popped off. And I see one, I see two, but overall, very, very nice. I don't know if you guys can see that well enough. I think I'm a little far in my video. Let me see. Okay. So hopefully you guys saw that enough. Hopefully I'm not too out of focus or out of frame. And let's see. I purchased these brushes that I keep misplacing for some reason. Maybe it's a sign for me not to use it. Oh, actually, I just found it, so it's not a sign. It's not a sign, you guys, because I found it. All right, let me just put this up here. I found these at the Dollar Tree. These are wire brushes, but they have a plastic one. So I'm not so sure about the wire brushes. I'm kind of scared to use that, to be honest with you. I'm going to test it out in one of those. But you pretty much, if you guys can see what I'm doing, hopefully I'm in better view now. You pretty much just push it all through in the back. And it's kind of like those brushes that they're using now, that they're selling to you for God knows how much money, because I wouldn't buy it, so I don't know how much it costs. All I know is that for $1 you get 3. And quick and easy, easy peasy. And I did not come up with this idea. I saw somebody else talk about me using this. I don't remember who, but if you remember who you are, thank you so much for the suggestion, because it works really, really well. I got all the little bits and pieces out in 2 seconds. No more going crazy. So that is a lifesaver. So if you find them in your nearest dollar store, like I said, I don't know about these because these are going to scratch up the back of your, you know, of your paper shapers. But if you use the plastic one, it's nice and sturdy. Or you can use a hard toothbrush. That might also work. Like the ones with the hard bristle, that might also work because this has a really, really hard kind of bristle on it. So let's do this again. One more time. One more time, you guys. One more time. But now that I can do that, it just makes everything so much easier. And that will not damage your paper shaper as long as you do it from the back and not from the front. Don't do it from the side that has all the ridges up, you know, the side that you pass through the paper on. Do it from the back, from the side that is flat and that is flush. Let's do this again. It's my whole little sandwich came out the other side like a DiGiorno's pizza. Let's see. I need oil on this thing, you guys. This thing creaks and squeaks. I feel like I'm a factory worker over here with old equipment. All right, so this should be good. We're going to run it through one more time just to be safe. And I will not be doing any hard prepping on these boxes. These are going to be really, really easy to make because it's just a lot of gluing stuff down. So you don't have to go too crazy. So even while I still have this attached, I can go right ahead and just go into this and just get rid of all those little bits and pieces. You don't have to worry about buying yourself a $7 brush or a $10 brush or however much it costs, because I have no idea. I mean, if you've done it already, you know, more power to you. But for us frugal people that would rather spend our money buying other things like paper, especially now that I'm getting to my Michaels, what? You know, it's a very easy to use. Very easy to use. And they come out ready Ready, ready, ready. So that's two. You can see it's perfectly clean, ready to be put back away. And I have all my little bits and pieces all there. No, girls, the dollar one. Nothing like a Dollar Tree item to replace an expensive one, right? I didn't search for it today. I didn't search for it today because, to be honest with you, I just wanted to get to Michael's. That is like, I think that's gonna be easier for me to get to because the other one's like really, really far from where it's like 3 times the distance from where my Michael's is, give or take. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. That will literally take a very special kind of trip for me to go out there. So I have one piece left over. So I think I'm gonna go, well, maybe I'll just use my scraps instead of using this. I'm gonna go ahead and now for the final piece of this part, of the top part, I've already traced one. You guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and trace it again for the other dress because I'm trying to do both of them, give or take, at the same time to save on time. Instead of having you guys go through the process twice, I'm gonna try to do them together so that it's easier for you. And I'm just gonna put this face down. And I do hope that, I think my zoom is in all the way. I'm not sure. Yes. Let me zoom out. I fixed the focus, but I forgot to zoom it out. So you guys are gonna see it in a better better distance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trace this out because unfortunately this does not have an outer shape, which would have been nice. But it does not. This would make such a cute shaker. I think I'm gonna try to do that and add a little bow on the outside and everything and make it nice and pretty. Oop. So that's pretty much it. Very easy to do. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and trim off all the excess. And I'm not gonna stress perfection. I'm just gonna stress. This is gonna go in the back, so nobody's gonna really see this. So I'm not worried about all the effects of lace or ruffle at the end. I'm just trying to get pretty much the shape of what it is. I'm just gonna remove this excess here. Pretty much the shape of what it is. And then once I have this done, then I'll start working on my box, and then I'll start assembling this after because I will be making, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the skirt. I just won't attach nothing until I'm ready to assemble the whole thing together, and then I'll go into gluing mode. I'm not the greatest at this, you guys, so just bear with me. I am a little bit slow when it comes to doing this. Yes. I know. My poor baby's been on the train all day. Hopefully it was worth the trip. I made it worth my while today because I took my daughter, my husband came, so we literally turned it into like a family event. As opposed to me just going out. Because I can't do that. I can't just go out for just for this. I would feel so guilty. So I had to make sure that I took my daughter who was home and we went to go eat buffet, and we had, well, they had a little bit of everything. I had some California rolls, some sushi. I ate with my chopsticks because I love eating with my chopsticks whenever I can. I actually have my own little bamboo pair right here, which has paint on it because, you know, I use everything for everything, you guys. Everything for me is somehow art related. It turns into a tool. But I have like 3 sets of those. That's just the one that I keep here because my daughter is phenomenal with losing the chopsticks. She loves to eat with chopsticks too, my youngest one. But it's all right, you guys. It's okay. It was fun. And luckily it didn't take us all day, but it did take us several hours. Hubby was like, we're going to be back by like 1, right? Like, we're going to be back early. I'm like, yeah, maybe we're going to be back early. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm going into that Michael's and I am losing my mind. So I don't know if I'll be able to recover from that early enough to be home early. But it wasn't too bad. It was just very packed. I was very shocked, but I guess because there's a lot of sales going on right now, and they have a lot of you know, just overall like a lot of different sales going on at the same time. It was a little bit more busy than I expected, but I think I'm gonna try to see if I can go back for some Christmas stuff. I'm gonna call them though because they do seem to be nice on mine. The cashier was really lovely. I can't complain. And she was like, yeah, I think they're coming really, really soon. So maybe like by next week, we'll already have all the Christmas stuff. So I was like, awesome sauce. You know, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to be stalking it like a hawk in the sky. I'm going to be calling that girl every day. She's going to get tired of me. But I just can't go all the time because it is quite an expensive trip for us to take. Sometimes it's cheaper for me to order the stuff online and just pay one shipping cost. You know, it's better than paying. It's almost like 3 or 4 times the shipping cost for me to get from my house to there when I go. But like I said, I turned it into a special event, so it was worth it. It was worth it. All right. Let go of the dress. No fighting over here. Let go of the dress. All right. So I'm going to put this on top of this, right? And then I'm going to mount this onto this because this is going to be mounted on here. This is going to be like my dress rack. And I'm going to mount this onto the back like so. And this is just going to pretty much hold everything in place for me while I glue on everything else. So that is the idea behind that. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my floral prints, right, my paper. And I'm going to go and see more or less how wide I need these strips to be so that I can start crinkling them up because we are going to be wetting these papers up just a smidge. I have my spray, my water spray bottle ready. And this is just those Travelers ones. I buy these. I bring like 4 of them in a pack, but only 1 spray bottle. And then it comes with 2 of these, which I filled the other one up with some glitter that I hope to use. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. And then 1 for lotion. So it's not bad. It costs $1, so it's not too bad. Hi, Teresa. Yes, woo, Christmas. I cannot wait. I hope you guys tune in to the Holly Jolly Christmas Hop that we're having. We have a whole bunch of people. I was so shocked to see how many people signed up for it. Shocked and excited and just like so happy. So big shout out to all of you guys that have joined us on this Christmas Hop. It is going to be super fun. That is what I hope is going to be super fun. And we're going to get all kinds of crafting stuff done. Hi, Jackie. So I think I'm going to cut 2 of these out. Let me see more or less how, because it's going to be tucked in. I hope that this goes well. It should go well because I want the dress to have some level of interest on it. And maybe what I'll do, I might have to do this again. I think instead of using the one that's see-through, I'm going to use one of these. But I'm thinking that maybe I need a different color. Maybe like a red as opposed to this pink. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this again. Yeah. I think that should be good enough because I can always cut off whatever I don't need. So let me just see how long this is, and I'll cut another strip of equal size. And this strip right here is about 3 3/8 of an inch. Say that 3 times fast, you guys. So I'm gonna do the same thing here and cut this one about the same length. And this is gonna be our skirts. And the reason that I'm gonna prep this now is because I do have to wet this paper in order to give it shape. And then I have to allow it to dry. So while I'm getting everything else ready, these things will be drying. And then I'm gonna go back into that top and just do the same thing but with red. I think I'm just gonna outline it with maybe like a red paper. So pretty much you grab your mister, right? You don't want to drench the paper. You just want to lightly spray it so that you can maneuver the paper. So you see how it naturally just curled the minute that you gave it that mist? That's actually a lot. But more or less, I'm just gonna stick these to each other so that the next one could absorb some of that water. Or just feel free to grab a napkin and just, you know, put it in. So pretty much we just want to kind of crinkle up this paper, and not necessarily in any you know, specific way. You don't want to pleat it. I mean, if you're going for that look, you don't want to pleat it, but you see how that starts to kind of form. We might not even end up using all of this paper, but I'm gonna just do the whole thing and just allow it to kind of dry, and I'm gonna pinch it in the top. Okay, making sure that your ends are folded out just in case you do end up kind of using this whole thing. But I'm just gonna do that to it for right now, and I'm just gonna allow this to dry in this shape so that when I go to use it, it's pretty much ready to go. If I could find a clip, you know what, maybe I can use one of these little, maybe not. That flew out. That flew right off. Let me see if I find a clip. And I have a whole bunch of them, but you know how it is when you're looking for something, right? You can never really find it. Story of my life. Where are my clips? Let's see. Why did I think of finding the clips before I started, huh? If I can use one of these discombobulated clips that I have here, that I have turned into hooks when I run out of hooks. Oh, you're welcome, Jackie. Awesome. He left. Well, he didn't leave, but he walked out the room. He walked out the room, but it's okay. All right, so pretty much you just want to clip it with something. A binder clip will work probably a little bit better than this, but it'll do the job for now. We just wanted to retain that shape. You see how that is? If anything, I'm just going to mist it just a little bit more, just to allow it to retain that shape, but try not to overwhelm it with too much water, okay? I'm just going to put that to stand there, and now I'm going to do the next one. And again, you just want enough water so that it goes from being straight when you hold it to whoop, kind of like a little drunken monkey, right? Automatically falls to the side. You don't want too much water on it, but just enough that you can manipulate the paper. And we're going to do the same thing and just kind of crinkle it up. And you can do these little pleats as tight or as loose as you want. You don't have to pleat it at all if you don't want. I just find it easier to kind of maneuver the paper. And I'm really liking how this print is looking right now, especially in this way, because it does really look like fabric to me. I just want to be able to turn that end over so that I have that like that. We're going to be doing some other things to this as well moving forward, but at least for now, I'll allow this to dry like this so that I have that pleated kind of skirt look that I'm looking for. All right, so we have those two. Very pretty, right? That's going to look nice. So we have our two. That's also good if you wanted to make like fans and you don't want to be there folding for 15 years in a day. You can do the same thing and apply a little bit of water and just crinkle it up, and you'll have the same appearance of a fan. All right, so we have that. Now, I'm going to do this really quickly. Do this piece really quickly. And get that out of red paper or like a darker paper that will match a little bit more with the pattern. Because this is going to kind of show through. So I'm going to try to go for, yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. This is like it's a red, but it's like a deep red. She's shopping. She's shopping, Jackie. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just get myself a nice little piece here that I think should fit the bill. I should be able to get both of these, right? Yeah, I should be able to get both of those out of one strip. That'll help. Let me see if I fold these in half. Will it still be the same size? I'm gonna try to fold these in half and do them both at once to save time, because I already spent so much time doing extras, but those won't go to waste because I'll end up using them. And this is what I mean, you guys. You have to be okay with trial and error. Not everything that your mind tells you initially is going to work. As you start putting your patterns together, some things will work, some things will not work. Allow things to change if they need to, and don't stress yourself out. If you cut that piece of paper and you can't use it now, make something else with it later. Or incorporate it into whatever you're making some way, somehow. All right, so we got that. You can't really see it too well, but I'm just going to go into it and pretty much, like I said, just try to do these both in one shot. And these little things is going to show through all those little peekaboo spots that are on the dress themselves. So this should be good. I just hope that my eyes don't deceive me and I cut into the wrong thing. But hopefully I should be okay. So we shall see. We shall see. And this chick is busty because she's got this huge area here for her bustier, I would say, right? Try to see. Okay, sorry you guys if I'm out of focus. I can't see the pencil mark from that distance. So I had to bring it up pretty much really close to my face because I'm blind, apparently. So let's see. Let's see. And again, I'm not worried so much about the perfect shape. I just wanted to go on there and cover up well. So let's see how this looks now with these gold ones here. The heck did I do? All right. Oh, this is the wrong side. I'm like, what the heck did I do? I saw this humongous area just kind of popping up there. So this will work for me. It's a little rough, but it'll work for me. And then I have the other one. So at least it gives it a little bit of contrast, and it'll definitely match. There again. It'll definitely match the skirted area. So there we go. It's kind of Christmassy in color, right? Like Mama Santa Claus. Mama Claus's dress. All right, so no problem, darling. Thank you so much for popping in. Love you too. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Michelle. All right, so we have my two dresses. I am gonna still use these on the back because I have them already, so I might as well use them. This is gonna help me to cover that up. So I'll have that. What I probably won't be able to use right away will be these, but I'll use them on something else, maybe a card or something. So not a loss. So now that we have our pieces ready to go and our dress, our skirts are drying, we can go into the decoration of these boxes. So I'm thinking this one. I really like this one. And it doesn't clash too much with the skirt itself. So I'm thinking that this will be good, and it has the gold which matches with the top. So it should work. It should work. So I'm gonna turn this over, and I am going to just see how much space I'm gonna need. So I'm just gonna measure this roughly. But I am gonna hand cut it, I think. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens. So that's for this one. I'm gonna call this box A because box B is a different size. So I'm gonna call this box B. So I know what's on what. And this is probably gonna be a little bit wider than I need because we have that 1/8 of an inch kind of difference there, but this should be fine. So you know what I think what I am gonna do actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just trim it off with the paper. I think that'll be with the paper trimmer. I think that'll be easier for me than to do it by hand. I think that'll take less time. So I'm just gonna level this out and just make sure that everything is everything. And this was A. So let me just make sure that I don't have to cut anything out of here. And I do. Take off at least 1/8 of an inch. Now on the sides. So you see, trial and error, you guys, trial and error, right? But it's okay. That's kind of the, at least for me, that's the fun of this, is actually figuring out what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. That's perfect. That's perfect. So that's this one. Let me go now and do this other side here. So I'll be back on Saturdays, back to my normal schedule, you guys. Hopefully everything will be well. And I cut a little bit beneath the line just because since I did have to trim off on that first one anyway. I'm going to trim out just a little bit under where I did my markings, which is what I should have done the first time, to save myself time. And you want to do this a little bit at a time just so you know where exactly, you know, how much do you need of space. So hopefully I did this well. I need a little bit more on that top part there. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim up another little hairline. And this should hopefully, yes, like magic, right? Fits like clockwork. Now the sides. I have some strips here on this one, and then I have some strips on this one. I'm going to see what I can do with both. Maybe I can do one with one side, one with the other, and that way I incorporate the dresses and how the dresses look. So for right now, I'm going to see what the width is, what I need as far as the width on the sides, so that I can incorporate some of this, but not so much for the inside, but more for the outside. And on the inside, I'll see what else I put in. I'll see what else I use up for the insides. Maybe I can use something that is like a solid color and not go too crazy. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you're here because I'm going to be using some of the items that you sent me from the Happy Meal to incorporate into this these boxes that I'm making today. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. Let me just see how wide this is so that I know how much I gotta do each one. So it's one. It's about 1 1/4, right above where the 3/8 is. Right above where the 3/8 is. All right, let me just push this over. 1 1/4, right above where the 3/8 is, and let me just do a few of these strips. I'm thinking maybe 4, just so that I have enough. Where did I go? Right above here. Yep. And I'm holding these in place. I have 3. And I'm going to be doing the drawing for all the people that participated in the fairy jar swap. I'm going to be doing a drawing for that because I'm going to be giving away the fairy jar that I just created. I'm going to be giving that away between the participants. And I'm going to be doing the same thing for the Christmas jar ones as well. So all the people that do what they're supposed to do, and once I receive that everybody has gotten their jars by the deadline and they've uploaded their videos, that's very important, then I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing for that so that I can send those out. I'm just going to do the whole thing so that I have them there because you never know, sometimes you mess up. So it's better to be safe than sorry. And if I could use this on other pieces, then I might as well use up all the paper. No need to throw things away when you don't have to. So if I can save up some of these scraps, then I surely will. So I have a few scraps out of here, and now I just have a little border here, which I could probably use for something. So I'm just going to remove the excess off of that and use the little border trim for something. We'll see what. So I got that. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. And I'm not going to go so crazy with measuring, I think, on the other box. This is for this one. Maybe, maybe not, because this is going to be a little bit shorter, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mark it and just see how. If it's the same thing, then I know at least I don't have to go crazy. And this strip is actually, it's a little smaller. It's 1 1/4, right? 1 1/4, give or take. So let's see how many we can get out of this piece here. Just a fraction of an inch makes such a difference, you guys. Like, I don't know how much is left over here, but this looks like it cut out its skew. It sure did. This is why I don't like these things. Sometimes it cuts wonky. Hopefully that's a little bit more level, but it still looks off. Oh well, I'll make it work some way, somehow. We'll figure it out. So let's see now what we do. I might have to pull out another paper just to see what's what. So we put these strips to the side, including the little pieces that were left over. And I'm gonna grab my ink pad. And now I gotta get this paper back out of here. Now that I've shoved it, there we go. I'm like, now that I've shoved it in there, I gotta get it back out. So I'm gonna rough this paper up real quick, and then I'm gonna distress it with some of the red, the fire brick red. I think that's gonna be my best bet, especially since I'm trying to bring in this red color into it. So I'm just gonna distress the edges just a smidge. No fancy tool required, just the back of your brush tool. I mean the back of your scissors tool. Not even using brushes today. I don't think, not yet. I haven't pulled those out. Just gonna distress this a little bit, just so that it grabs that color well when I go inking it up. It'll really make the edges really nice and bold. I do apologize about the noise because I know it's can be a little bit annoying. So let's see now. So this is the fire brick red, and fire brick, just fire brick. It's not fire brick red, but it's supposed to be like a red. And I'm just gonna kind of just go into it like so. And this is when silicone mats come in handy. This is when they come in handy, you guys. And I don't care about the back getting dirty because it's not gonna show. His channel is Sasson and Crafts. I'll write it for you guys in the log. I got him involved in the Holly Jolly Christmas Hop, giving him a crash course in crafting and what it is to enter challenges in the world that us crafters kind of live in when it comes to you know, being parts of different things and supporting other people's channels and stuff like that, as well as other people supporting our channels. So yay, I broke up some of that pink a little bit, so now it's not so pink. And at the same time, I got a little bit of contrast going there because I have a darker color now over that pink. And it took me a little bit to get used to this whole swirling technique here with you know, with the blending. But I think I have it better. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. Yes, it is a cool name. Thank you. I should have thought of that. I should have thought of that a while ago. All right, so we have this. And I'm thinking I don't want to add this print in there because the flower, the dress, the skirt has so much of it that I really do not want to use this on the inside at all. I want that to just be, you know, obsolete, if you will. This one here, I'm kind of okay with, I guess, adding along the edges like so. So I might just do that. But I'm trying to see. You know what? I think I know what I'm going to do with this. I just purchased this, which is the Tim Holtz Ideology tissue wrap, and it has like this print, and I think I'm going to use this. My first time trying this product, so I think I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this to kind of wrap all these edges out somewhat, and then I'll stick some kind of a border, depending if I need it, because I might not need it. Maybe I could just get away with inking them up, but it's really, really nice. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. This product has been around for a while, but when you don't shop at stores, you don't get, you know, you don't get to use some of the things that everybody else is using. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think that should be pretty good right there. So I mean, this has like a metal edge, so if you do buy this because you've seen this here, just be careful. It's kind of like Reynolds wrap, the packaging, and it does have that really, really sharp kind of edge. I don't want to overuse more than I need because I don't know when I'm gonna be going back to get another one. So frugal is as frugal does, right? And I think right there. Oh wait, how do you do this? Oh, this way, right? That's what it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab this one for this side. I'm gonna do the same for the other. Isn't this pretty? Oh my god, I've been wanting this tissue paper for like ever. You guys have no idea. All right, so I start in November. Thanks, Teresa. Yes, I cannot wait to like literally go in mixed media mode and just go crazy using this paper. Oh my, I just cannot wait. So this is what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna put this to the side. I have them marked A, so that'll tell me this is A. I'm working on B right now. I know it's a little opposite, but it's okay. So I'm working on B right now. Let me just put B here so that I don't get myself confused and in a silly. Let me clean up this mess that I got going on over here. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit of alcohol on that and just wipe that away. And don't mind my dirty little rag. This is pretty much what I use for all my different crafting needs. So I wash it like once every other week. I'm so bad at certain things. All right, so I got the paper and I'm gonna use this to wrap on the outside, on the edges of the inside and somewhat on the outside. So I think what I'm gonna do is, as much as this is gonna hurt me, I'm just gonna go into this and just kind of split the inside a little bit so that I have a little bit more movement so that I can go ahead and just kind of stick this in there somewhat. And I think what I'm going to do is to do that. I'm thinking maybe if I do this and just kind of do like a little cross in the center, this will help me to kind of get in there somewhat. And I'm okay with texture because I'm going to paint over most of this anyway. And I don't need it to cover the entire outside of the box because I'm going to be decorating that as well. This is mostly so that I have something covering my edges up and so that it has something going in the inside that covers up this whole little edge that it's got going on over here. This one's bright pink, so I don't know if that's going to work so well for that one. But I'm hoping that it'll work well for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get my decoupage glue out. And I'm going to use satin finish because I'm not worried about gloss or shine at this point in time. I'm just worried about sticking the paper down. I'm going to try to find a brush here that it's not hard as a rock that I can kind of use. But most of my brushes are hard as a rock. Because as much as you sometimes try to get these mediums out, sometimes you can't get them all out. It's really, really hard to get them all out. So, and you can see I abuse my brushes heavily. All right, so let me go ahead and just start kind of applying some of this glue on here. If you see any brown ink or anything like that, that's just because I use my stuff over everything. And especially if it's water soluble, it's very easy for your mediums to transfer. So keep that in mind. If you don't want your glues transferring any colors that you were working on previously, then try not to use them with, you know, water soluble type products, because that will happen. Let me see. Just gonna cut into this several times and see if I can get a little bit more movement that way so that I'm not fighting with this paper trying to get it in there. Because this paper, this part of the center doesn't really matter to me as much. And this paper has like a very waxy kind of feel to it, so I think it's especially formulated to be able to handle like certain kind of paints and stuff like that, be them dilutions or, you know, Tim Holtz's inks and stuff like that. They're kind of designed to be able to take those kinds of different mediums. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God. This is beautiful. And I'm just kind of shoving it in there. Again, I'm not worried about ripples and wrinkles because this is going to all be covered up. My concern here right now is getting this paper to wrap over this edge. That's really all I'm worried about at this point in time. but I figured it would be a good crash course into using it since I've never used it before. Let me get some more glue. I'm just kind of shoving it in there wherever it'll stick. And I might not have measured too well as far as I'm actually laying it on here. But look at how beautifully this just transferred. The image looks so crisp still. It's awesome paper. And I've been, like I said, I've been wanting to play with this paper for some time now. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to snip it in different places just to get it to move. But I am going to go back over, sorry, I'm talking with a brush in my mouth. I am going to go back over and cover up these edges to solidify them and create the look that I'm going for. This edge is a little short, so maybe I don't want to do too much of that there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to apply glue. Now I'm going to go into the edges and apply the glue on the edges and over the tops. Now, if you notice, this has a little notch there, but I'm not going to worry about that little notch right now because I'll probably just stick something over that. And hopefully you guys can see. And I'm just going to make sure that it's really up against that edge. And I've applied quite an amount of glue on here, and the tissue does not seem to break or tear so easily. So that's good. It's made, like I said, to absorb, you know, the heaviness, I guess, of certain mediums, certain paints. I guess him knowing that you're going to use this for, you know, painting and gesso and all different kinds of stuff. So I'm just going to bring these down. And bring this down, smooth that out as much as possible. I'm going to stick these two things together so that I have a straight edge there. And bring this down. And more or less like so. Go right into this corner here. And do the same thing. And the glue that I'm using is Deco Arts Decoupage. That's what it's called, Decoupage in satin. In case you were wondering and I didn't say it, because some things do slip my mind. So how's everybody doing today? Anybody has any major projects they're working on? So I'm going to go ahead and do the same here and just continue to apply. Continue to apply. And you might not have to be as heavy with the glue as I am, but you know, when you're taking your time, you could do a little bit better of a job. I'm just trying to get it nice and smooth and be able to kind of bring this over like so. And it has a certain level of transparency, so you can actually use this with other things on the background and they will show through for the most part. I believe that to be true, at least from some of the things that I've seen other people create with it. Let me get some glue in here. I'm kind of an air pocket there, so I'm just gonna make sure that I get that nice and saturated with some of this glue. And I guess this is what's nice about this kind of product here is that unlike tissue, you know, when you buy regular tissue, tissue will break on you very, very easy when you're creating these kinds of projects. Tissue will literally tear on you in a matter of seconds. The minute that it feels that wetness, it's like done. It's done for. There's going to be a little bit of texture on the corners of this. But again, I'm not worried too much about that. Just going to flatten it all out. That's all I care about. More so than anything, it's just being nice and flat. I'm not really worried about, you know, if there's wrinkles here, there's wrinkles there. All of that adds to the character of the piece. So I'm okay with that. For me, the fun part is creating it. And then while this kind of dries up a little bit, I will go working on the second piece and doing the same exact thing to that one. Although I think I've learned a few things from using the first one that I might not repeat on the second one. Maybe, maybe not, because the brain can be a little hard to train. I could have just used pieces. I think that would have been easier to cut strips, just like I did with the borders. I think that would have been a lot easier as opposed to doing this whole thing like this. So maybe I'll do that instead for the next one. And consider that like a lesson learned. Consider that a lesson learned, you guys. Nice. Oh, that's so sweet, Teresa. Thank you so much for that. I cannot wait to see what you create. I love trash to treasure projects. You know this. This is a trash to treasure. I love doing those kinds of things. There's nothing like being able to take something that would normally become garbage and turning it into some kind of art or something that, you know, you can give to somebody. Just transforming it all together from what it used to be into something completely new, giving it new life. That is like the most awesome feeling. And it feels even better when you give the stuff away. At least for me, it does. I just love creating stuff and then just, here you go, sending it to somebody who doesn't expect it. I love doing those kinds of things. So I cannot wait to see what you create. Oh my God, Claudia. That's awesome though. Practice, practice, practice. Practice, practice. That's all it takes. A little bit of practice and definitely having some patience with yourself as that practice kind of kicks into full gear, and you'll be good to go. Okay. I think I put too much glue in some spots and not enough glue on others. So I'm just smashing this in there, just getting it to kind of stick. And I don't think I need all of this here in the corner, so I'm going to remove this little piece there. And I'll probably be doing the same thing. So we're almost done with this one here. And try not to use as heavy glue as I have, because I think that that has hindered me somewhat. I'm using so much heavy glue. A little bit sometimes does go a long way, which is why I love my little fine tip bottle, because it allows me to use a little bit at a time. And this is like get your hands dirty type of work, you guys. So if you don't like to get your hands dirty, this might not be the project for you. But if you do like to get your hands dirty, then you're going to have a blast. I'm sorry if I am out of frame. I am just trying to, you know, rub all these papers into place and make sure that everything is nice and secure. Again, I like the texture. If I was painting today, I probably would have left all of this as it was and just probably glued on more, just so that I can have all of that rich texture. I love that. Just gonna smooth all of those little edges in, make sure that glue is nice and spread. And I'm gonna have to pop this over here because it's a little tight in this little spot right here. That's a-okay. As much glue as I put in here, for some reason, it's not trying to catch. So either I overextended it or something happened, but it's okay. So I have a little piece there and I'll just fill it in. My whole thing is I need these edges to be good because I am going to be pushing this paper into that. I just don't understand why it does not want to catch. This paper is really rough. To split, it does not tear easily with the medium. So that's good to know. That means I can really put a hurting on this, on any canvas that I work on. And this paper will withstand the assault. So I have kind of just ripped through that, in case you didn't catch me do that. I've ripped through that, and I'm just going to grab this little piece right here that I have right here, and I'm just going to put that in there just to cover up that little spot that I kind of left open there. Dare to be creative and be bold. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna let this dry. I might even spray that a little bit with a little bit of paint. Just a spray paint though, nothing nothing too serious. Just clean my hands a little bit. Because I do love to get them dirty, but I don't like to have them sticky. Ooh, you did. Were they the ones that you were posting on Instagram? They were so pretty. I still haven't learned how to do that, you know? Some things I've tried and some things I just, for some reason, I run from. I don't know why. But I bet it would be awesome to like gather a whole bunch of like old shirts that you know, that either don't function properly for whatever reason, be it that they're too small, they're too old or whatever, shred them up into a million little pieces and use it as like a family wreath that every year you can add more pieces to of family members and stuff like that. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing every year. All right, so let me leave that alone because you guys know that I go OCD on things and then I won't stop. So I'm going to put this paper here. I'm going to move my little strips to the side because I don't want them getting stuck with glue. So I'm going to move that over. I'm going to just slide this baby over. Get this sheet out of there. And I think I'm going to do this a little different. I think I am. I think I'm going to do this a little different because I have learned from the first mistake that I made. So hopefully this is a smarter way to do this, hopefully. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is glue the first strip so that I hopefully don't have any buckling. So I've broken that down to a smaller size. And I'm going to just do this. Put this in here like so. And just make sure that I have enough that it folds over the sides. And I think this is a smarter way of doing this. Because again, I'm just worried about edges. Not really worried about anything else. Everything else is going to be covered. So I'm just going to do, I think I did this better this time around. And it allows me to push into these edges better. I found myself with air pockets the first way that I try to do it, which is not really good. Especially around the edges, you don't want air pockets. If you're adding something else on top of it, then that's going to cause strain on your picture. Oh yes, Teresa, that was nice. That was really, really nice. I'm not big on Christmas decor. I don't really decorate for holidays much. But I surely do love watching what other people do. This is kind of why it's interesting for me to be doing a Christmas hop. I know I did one in July, but I learned a lot from that first one because it was my very, very first time doing a hop. So I think I learned a lot from that one, but I'm doing it again now, like on our own. It's gonna be very, very interesting. I'm gonna snip this here, and I'm gonna snip it here on the side as well, and I'm gonna fold this over so that I have some kind of a crease there, I guess. Some kind of a natural fold. So hopefully when I put this in, it won't buckle so much on me. And this is now MacGyver taking over. This is no longer Elemental Designs. I went into full manufacturing mode. And now I'm just trying to see how I can manufacture smarter, not harder. So let's see. Let's see if this worked. Let's see if this works. For the most part, it did work. For the most part. For the most part. So let's see. Let's get that on there. See, this is hot pink. So it is going to show. This is why I was saying that this paper, notice how this is white on the inside. So it looks, you can see how transparent it is, especially when you see it against the pink. So with this kind of paper, anything that you draw behind it, any image that you put behind it, any kind of work that you put into your background before you layer this down will show through, which is very cool. I'm telling you guys, Tim Holt knows what he's doing. He surely does. And I've watched so many people play with this stuff. I've just been so jealous. I've been dying to just, I need to try it. I need to try it. So I was so excited because I actually found this on a fluke. I was looking for a stamp, and when I went into that section of where I saw that they had stamps and I started looking through stamps, right in the bottom they had this where it said clearance. So I saw the big red sticker, and I'm moving stuff around trying to see if there's anything there that catches my attention, and I saw the roll. They had 3 of them. I was like, what? Oh, baby, you coming home with me today? Yes, you are. And here it is. And here it is. Really nice. I love that. I love all these kinds of things like this. So see how much better this, if you see what happens when you learn from your mistakes, you get better. It's so bumpy, that one, which is fine. I love texture. And again, I don't want them to be exactly the same. So this will actually turn it into something a little bit different, just because it's got so many ripples in it. But it's just funny how things work out. It's just very funny how things work out. And I think that's what I love the most about crafting is every time I pick up a brush, every time I dip it in paint, every time I decide to draw, or whatever the case may be, I find myself discovering something new. So it always keeps it interesting. It always keeps it fun. It always keeps it exciting because there's no such thing as knowing it all. I don't care what you say. There's no such thing as knowing it all. You can act like a know-it-all, but that does not mean that you know it all. And usually the ones that act like a know-it-all are the ones that make the most mistakes. I just like to have fun. I don't consider myself anybody's teacher. I'll teach you how to have fun. That's what I'll do. And if you lost the joy, I'll put it back in you. Hi, Debbie. How are you? That's what I do. If you lost the joy, I put it back in you. The good way or the bad way. Pick one, pick one, pick one. Let's see. I don't recommend that you put your brush in your mouth. That's just my zany behind doing that. So you see the difference now, how much cleaner it is. Although I probably should have wanted this with ripples because it'll probably help blend out a lot of what's happening with that pink. But I'm gonna spray some paint on there and I'm gonna splash some stuff on there. So I'm gonna switch this one up just a smidge on the edges. I'm not worried about the background, just the edges, so that it has a little bit something going on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat the process, because if it worked the first time, it'll work a second time, right? Hopefully. And I'm just gonna do this again. And I will have a sped up version of this video. After it's done, I will process a sped up version. I won't speak through it though, but you'll be able to at least watch me go through the process of everything that I did in a faster pace, and hopefully I'll be able to find some good music. I wish I could put some Spanish music on here, you guys. I really do. Some Spanish music, some other kind of music, but unfortunately the music that they have going on, it's a little boring, to say the least. It lacks excitement, at least for me. And I know a lot of people tell me that they don't like it. So I'm trying to speak more, but I'm not going to do a voiceover for a project I just did. You guys can watch the live if you want to see it over. If you at least want to hear what I'm talking about, which is usually a lot of gibberish, but you guys know how that works. You guys know how that works already. It's not easy putting these videos together, I tell you that. I do try my best, but it is not easy. Especially when you have a full house, full duties, and everything else under the sun happening at the same exact time. But I am trying. I'm trying. I'm trying for you guys, because I know you guys enjoy the voiceovers. But this one, I don't know if I'll be able to do a voiceover or not. But I'll try. If I could do it, I'll do it. You know, I'll try. But if I feel like it's just too complicated because I have no idea what I'm doing as I'm watching it, then you'll probably just get music. But hopefully that'll be good enough too. You can always mute it and just put your own kind of music on your headphones or something and just watch what I do as well. Which is what I tell a lot of the people, like, you know, put your own music on, you know, just put some headphones on, mute the video, and just follow what I'm doing, but, you know, with your own flavor. That's fine with me. That's fine with me too. So let's see. So I'm just going to add these little bits of pieces, because why waste them, right? This will help me to kind of cover up some of these little edges. I'm just going to try to bring it out as much to the corner as I can. And I really love this paper, you guys. Oh my. I don't know where you've been all this time, but I've been needing you in my life. Been needing you in my life, you know? All right, so let's see. Let's just make sure that that is there. Just gonna decoupage this little corner right here, and then I'm gonna fill in. Just trying to get the little corner, because I see some of that pink kind of popping out. So just wanted to cover up the little corner. This is so far what it's looking. This is usually like the hardest, not the hardest, but the longest process of it all. It's you know, covering the box itself is usually the hardest thing. I'm gonna just rip that in half, and sometimes it's hard to see what side is the side that you want to use. I wish I could use the heat tool here, but unfortunately I can't, which really sucks, because I think my videos would probably be so much longer if I can just heat stuff up when I need to, instead of having to kind of work over wet sometimes, which is what I end up having to do. Again, I'm not worried about these sides here. I'm not worried about these sides. I'm going to let this dry for a little bit before I start playing with it. I'm going to play with this one because this one's dry. This does dry rather quickly, so that's a good thing. I'm going to actually leave this brush in here for right now because I'm not ready to clean it yet, and I don't want it to get hard. The other day, you know, hubby's new at crafting, so he doesn't know all the etiquettes yet of, you know, how to handle certain things. And he left my brush out after he was playing with some glue, and he was you know, creating some work. And by the time that I noticed, the brush was rubber. It looked like a spatula. But I think he learned now that you have to wash them. You have to put them in water after. So hopefully moving forward, he won't be leaving the brushes out, especially once he applies glue on them. Applies glue with them, I should say, not on them. All right, so some of this is probably still wet on the inside, but I'm not going to go too crazy with that. What I am going to do is spray this a little bit. I am going to add a little bit of spray to this. So let me see if I can find some red. Something that I can kind of use in here. And I do find red. And this is media spray from their media line from Deco Art. I'm just going to move these things over here because I don't want them to get too dirty. And I don't know how crazy this whole thing is going to be. So let's see here. Where's mine? And I am literally standing right now for this, just to make sure that I can do this properly. So, okay, and the ink thing doesn't want to work today. It's probably clogged. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just add it like this, because when God gives you lemons, you make lemonades. And right now we have lemons, so I'm going to make a lemonade. You thirsty? Oh, you want lemonade? All right, so like so. I think that'll work for me for now. And I'm gonna grab a tissue and just kind of rub it in. You could use a brush for this as well. You could use a baby wipe too if it's too bright to tone it down. Okay, so I have that. And let's see here what else I do with this. My mind is ticking, you guys. My mind is ticking. What else can I do with this? Maybe some gold, some splashed gold on here. What do you guys think? Maybe some splashed gold. Some splendid gold, since we do have some gold in there. And maybe, just maybe, and this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to shake this up. And I'm going to add some into my little palette here. And it's dying to come out, as you can see. And I am going to spray it down, just a little bit, water it down, right? Then we're going to grab a brush, something that we can use to just kind of get this all over the place. And I'm trying to find one that will suit my needs. Hopefully something will jump out at me sooner rather than later. And I'm going to use this really big one. I'm going to water it down just a smidge more. And let me see, I need something to tap with. There we go. Let me just kind of pick this up like so. And I'm probably going to need something just a little bit. It needs to be more watered down. Either that or my brush is way too big. You want this to be as watered down as possible. This is just for interest. It doesn't really matter. You can do as much or as little bit as you want. This is just to give it some kind of look here. And hopefully you guys can see what it is that I'm doing. This is just to break up some of that red. And again, I'm not so worried about what's happening in the background. I'm worried about these edges that are going to show. That's what I'm worried about. So if you can see, Now we have all this paint splatter kind of everywhere, just creating like a very unique kind of effect. So hopefully you guys can see that. And now that this one's a little bit drier, I'm going to repeat the process and I'm going to spray it down. Well, get some of that red on there first, right? Now you know why I keep my chopsticks handy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to grab some of this red and just kind of apply it all over the edges on the inside. And again, if you want to use a brush, feel free. I'm just going to do it this way only because it's handy and available. I'm not worried about the background because the background will be covered up. I just hope that it all looks good once I do it. Sometimes our imaginations have a way of creating clashes. And you think you're creating something that is going to come out one way, and then before you know it, voila, you're making a hot mess. Which is okay too, because even from hot messes you learn something, right? So here now I'm just covering up some of that pink, that very bold pink, especially towards the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that and there's not too much shadow in the way. Where is it? What did I do with it? Oh, I put it over here. Oh, I got some over here. Yeah, just add a little bit to the edges here. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one as well. And then I need to get more paint. Because of you. Well, he got his own brushes because of you, but when it comes to glue, I'm not going to have him use up those beautiful brushes. So I have brushes that I use for glue that is like my junky brushes type of pile. But you got to wash them because if you don't wash them, then they get hard, and he didn't know any better. So, but he knows now. He knows now. He saw how hard it is because I have one that is like my reminder brush because I've never fixed it. And look, this thing is hard, you guys. This is so hard. It feels like plastic. So I showed him this. I'm like, look, this is what you want my brushes to look like. No, we can't use them. So from now on, mental note, rinse out your brushes when you use glue as soon as you use it, or you will end up with a spatula. Yes, lemonade is awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and splash, splash, splash. And kind of tapping it on this one a little bit more. Only because I want to finish up already. I want to finish this part of it up so that I can start working on the dress. That's the funnest part of all. Right? Is working on this dress. I don't want these things to look exactly the same. So that's why I'm doing things a little different for each one. Similar steps, different styles, just because I want them to look very, very different. And I'm going to allow some of this paint to kind of drip on the sides because I like how that kind of looks. And hopefully that will come off well. And I'm just picking up all the paint that I have watered down left over here. So I have a very different looking inside, right? Very mixed media-ish. And just pushing the brush into wherever I see that I might not have covered up very well. Okay. Not worried about the inside. Now I'm going to do the same thing to this one because I probably didn't get the best coverage on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of the paint. Well, maybe that was a lot, but just make sure that I cover all these edges well. So I'm using a brush for this just so that I could get better coverage. It's awesome that this paper is so waxy because everything just kind of rolls right off of it, which is really cool. And let me just get these edges that I did not get, because that was the whole point of wrapping it up with paper, was so that I have a nice little edge on each of these. All right, you guys. So we have that part down pat, and it is only 7:43, and I'm already almost done. It's a good day, you guys. It's a good day. I'm just gonna spread this out just so that it can spread out. It could dry faster. As opposed to having it pulled there. This will help it to just kind of dry. But notice how you can still see the image even though you have all this red on there. That's what's so awesome about these things. You can still see. You can still see. It's like magic. I tell you guys, it's like magic. All right, so we have our little boxes. And it doesn't matter which way you use them, because again, this is all going to be covered up. All the centers are going to be covered up. And I think I'm going to let this dry a little bit. So I'm going to start working on my dresses while I let that just kind of sit for a while and dry. I'm going to put these to the side. And let me clean my surface, because we're working on these pretty dresses and I don't want them to look like, you know, shiznit, for lack of a better word. If you want really quick cleanup, alcohol cleans it all right up. Water does too. But alcohol gets all the hard paint stuck, especially on your silicone mats. It does all of that for you in a jiffy. All right. Let me just do the same to my hands so that I'm not transferring any mediums or colors to this paper that I do not want on here. Just getting some of the gunky glue off. I can't get it all off, but at least I'll get most of it off. All right. I ran out of baby wipes, so that's on my to-buy list. So here we have them. They're dry. So you see how it retains its shape? If you did this with regular dry paper, it probably would not retain its shape as well, which is what's good about doing it like this. I'm going to kind of squish this down. Just the top part, I'm going to squish these down a little bit. So that I can get them nice and how I want them to look. And since I'm using a solid, the piece in the background won't show, as you can see. But I am going to get some tulle to add into it, or maybe some lace. Maybe. How will that look? It looks like an old woman's dress, so I don't know. Maybe no lace. Maybe no. Let's see if I can find some tulle that I can use. Maybe some white. Maybe some white lace. Maybe some of this one. I know. I don't like it. I don't like it, but let's see. But let's see what I do with this, because maybe I can do something with that bow. Let's see. That's gonna be too embellished to box. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is actually glue these two things together here. Yes, he needs to, Janet. He needs to. He really does. He really does. I was like, what are you doing to me? So this is what I'm going to do, actually. I think. Let me just grab this. I'm going to grab this little paper clip. I'm going to pin this down. Here we go. I'm going to pin this down right like so. Turn it as small as I can. Like so. Hopefully it'll fit the main hole here. At least it'll fit the background. All right. And I'm gonna use it like a needle. Right. This is how I'm gonna do this. All right. So I think just gonna feed it through there. Put it through there. I want to break it though. I don't want to break the die cut. Here it is. Put it through there. Take that out. Oop. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring this up. Pull this through there. I'm going to try to do a bow with this in the front. That's what I'm going for. Not the greatest at making bows, but something will give. It keeps sliding through. All right, so there we go. A little touch of something right there, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if this works. I'm the worst at this, you guys. So maybe I'm just wasting my time here. Yep, I surely am. All right. X-nay on the bow A. Okay? X-nay on the bow A. We're not doing the bow. Because it's just too complicated. But I won't glue it down because just in case I get inventive somewhere along the line. We'll see what happens. All right. Not worried about the glue in the bottom so much because if I want to tuck something in there, I want to be able to do so. My whole thing is just making sure that I have this in here. I'm tucking out some of those. Right? So we have this. I left these popped up just in case I feel froggy. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But we'll see what happens. And this could become, I guess, very dimensional if you play with it a little bit and you decide to pop up some of the little spots that pop up that are not, you know, processed all the way through. So it does have its sections. It looks like that you can emboss, raise up. And if you want it to be really cute, you can pass some lace through all of that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to allow it to be as it is. But you could do that as well and alter it up that way. Let me just smooth out this little section right here. It's a little wonky. And round this out a little bit. All right, easy fix. Easy fix right there. I got a little bit of glue right there and there. That's nothing. That's easy. All right, so do the same thing to this one and just kind of squeeze this down, right? Squeeze this, just the top, not the bottom. Just the top. Just squeeze that top down. Spread it out as much as you need to. This is gonna go here somewhere. See? So what we're gonna do now is we're going to apply some glue. And we're just going to allow this to sit there. You can use hot glue if you want. Just see how that kind of looks. Hot glue might be better if you want to do a fast job. I'm gonna see how that sticks. I'm gonna heat up my hot tool just in case I do need it, because if it's not heating up for me the way I need it to, then I might just have to go the extra route and take that extra step. So let's see. I'm gonna let that heat up, which it heats up really, really fast, and it's burned me 3 times already. So I don't know if we have a love-hate relationship. I love it. It does not seem to love me so much. But yeah. We've been at it. We've been at it, let me tell you. All right, and I have my glue sticks right here. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm just gonna let it heat up, and I'm gonna hot glue it down and put this tool back where it goes, so I don't misplace that. And the same thing with the other side. I'm gonna do. I want to add something there because it's gonna need something. So let's see what my little bag here has. I see some cute little embellishments already. A little fence, a little feather. I don't think the feather goes onto that. That's cute. I might add that in there. Little fence. That will look cute maybe on the side. A cute little butterfly. And these are all compliments of Linda Hansen. Okay. Sazon has spoken, you guys. We have to go buy some ice cream. Let's see what else I have in here. I have another little baggie with some extra goodies that I'm gonna look through while this goes heating up. Oh, maybe I can use some of that with the red and the green. It's got red and green on it. Oh yes. Oh yes. That'll look beautiful, I think. I think that'll look beautiful on there. Let's see. Let's see what else. Maybe some flowers. Maybe some flowers, you guys, right? Can never go wrong with some flowers. What are we missing here? We have reds, some beige, maybe some of these. Maybe I could dab some gold paint on them. I'm running out of those green ones. But I'm not a person to hold on to something just because I have 5. I actually will use it up faster just because I don't have any. Which is kind of weird, but yeah. Yes, I know. I'm a little odd one. All right, so that's actually ready to go. It actually was sticking down already. This glue is awesome. So it was actually sticking down, but let's see. Let's spread this out just a little bit. And let's just glue it down. Right? And let's do the other side. When all else fails, hot glue it, right? That should be like a crafty, that should be like a little model for us crafters. When all else fails, hot glue it. So there we go. That'll do it. If you wanted to get fancy with this, and you could have added some, you know, some different things to it. I am actually thinking about adding something to this, but I'm not sure what. Maybe I'll just add this to the box instead and see what happens. Rum.
I said run.
You both said run. All right, so let's get this one going as well. Right, everything's good. I just had to make sure that everything was glued on there. And I think right there's good. So hopefully I can get this in a spot that I like. Nice and straight. Right. Make sure that that edge is facing the back there. Same for the other edge. Make sure it's facing the back. Open up your ripples up as much as you can, or as much as you like, or keep them as tight as you want. But it just gives your skirt so much volume and texture. Gives your thing so much texture. Thank you, Jackie. So, like so, with this piece here tucked towards the back. And I'm just going to, just for good measure, I'm just gonna stick it to that part of the skirt. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other one as well. And here I'm gonna embellish it with maybe a little bit of flowers here and there, nothing too major. But I think I will add some flowers. So I have both of my dresses. These dresses are gonna go on these little things here. So it's gonna go like so. Okay. So thinking about more or less where I need to stick this at. Let's get this glue stick in there. Some cheesecake también. Ah, no. You hungry. Just gonna hold that in place for a few, just so that it sticks. And I'm gonna cover that up with this here. Where is the glue gun again? There it is. And it goes like so. And I'm just gonna put this here. And kind of hide this out a little bit. But not too much. No, Isabel gave this to me actually. Thank you. Yeah, Isabel, Borigo Crafting 100 send it to me. Yes, it is. Me love it. I love anything that you guys sent me because I know it comes from the heart. And I appreciate and value that. So I got my little dress stand here, right? Super cute. This is, I'm actually gonna attach this to the inside, I think. I wish I had another one of those because then I would have done both on both sides. But let's see what happens. Okay, when all else fails, use your scissors. And I think I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna just maybe prop this little flower up there like so. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Right? Or up here. I think up here. I'm gonna add something else to that. That looks way too plain to me. I need something. I need something. What do I need? I need solid something red. Something red. Something red and solid. Solid something red. Let's see. Something red and I pull out white too. Yes. Let's see. Some blingage. But it's silver. So I don't know if that will actually work. No. I need something red. Something red. Something red, you guys. I need something red. Something red. Found it. I needed something red. And I'm just gonna chop up a few little pieces of this, and just to add a little bit of something, right? Add a little bit of interest, little bit of something solid there. And I think what I'm gonna do actually, just kind of rotate this around itself like so, and then just kind of stick this on there, and then stick the white flower in the center of it. Well, it's not necessarily white, so I'm just gonna pinch it onto itself, just so that I can get like a little knot. Almost like if I was gonna do like a little flower. And then I'm just gonna stick this on here, right there. Just gonna stick this on there like so. Because it was just too much white. And I needed it to break up just a little bit. And then I'm gonna add this little flower right in the center of that. There we go. Oh, love it. What do you guys think? All right, so we got that one going. Let's do this one so we can get this. I love that. That came out super cute. You'd be surprised at things that you do. And my boxes are pretty much dry, so that'll be the last part of the construction. We'll be getting that together. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing and just cut off a little piece of this one and repeat it. Let me cut off my little flower so that I can have that ready to go. Hi, Michelle. Yes, I just love making these cute little paper dresses. I've made them from just about almost anything, I think, at this point in time. They look so cute, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like together because I think it's the first time that I've done it like this. I did a little mini version one for Tanya, who's New York Freestyle Nails and Glitz, for her challenge when I did her shadow box. I did a little tiny one to put into one of the windows. Where I'm looking for something here. Where is it? Here it is. To put into one of the little windows. So I think I've done them just about every way that you can imagine at this point in time. But I just love making it because you can literally make it out of your scraps, which is awesome. And you don't have to have nothing fancy to create it. So I'm just gonna hold this down like so, I think. And then I'm gonna add more. It'll fall on here and just kind of, I'm not looking for perfection, give or take. I'm just looking for coverage. At this point in time, I'm just looking for something that I can kind of use it to hold the little stand in place and still kind of play with it just a little bit so that it'll kind of stand in there. There we go. They're about the same. Yep. Super cute. Yes, right? Oh my god, I can't wait to see what they look like inside of the glass. Inside of the box. I'm already thinking Cinderella, glass slippers and all. And I'm just trimming off some of the little pieces that I don't necessarily care for it to show too much. So I'm just gonna just go around it like so. Because the back is not important. This is all gonna be hot glued. And my little stand when dancing here. This is all gonna be hot glued into place. I love it. I love it, love it. Oh, look you guys. I just have to add my little rose. I get so excited, I really do. I get so super excited whenever my plans come together. And not so much because I plan, just because I guess I surprise myself. Once I get the ball rolling, I'm like, there's no turning back. Okay, I gotta go forward. And I'm thinking the whole way that it's just gonna be like, wow, Carmen, what are you doing? You're making a cha-cha dress. You know, there's flowers. They're bright. You know, I'm thinking like, you know, Spanish soap operas. But it actually came out pretty cute. It actually came out pretty cute, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm gonna do the same thing and just add a little bit of glue on one end. And just kind of how did I do this? Like this? Yeah, like that. Just finish it off. And just kind of close it up and then just kind of pinch it. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of glue, and since this is lace, it'll travel throughout everything as long as it's nice and hot. So I'm just gonna pinch it out a little bit. Just pinch it out a little bit. I don't need it all to get caught up because I am gonna cover most of it up with the flour. I just need some of it to get caught up. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find some bling that I can add in the middle of that bow, just so that bow is not so plain. Maybe I'll find something that I can add in there. Just a little flour. And my little centerpiece right here. Yay! Super cute. Maybe not so shabby in colors, but in style. Right? Two beautiful dresses. Woohoo, look at you. Love it, love it. All right, so let's see. Before I finish adorning these, let me go put these boxes together. And I'm going to start with this one. And this is box B. This is box B. So I'm just going to put some dots here and there and everywhere. Mostly in the corners. Some parts of this is not all the way dry, but it's okay. Just make sure I remove that paint from there. And because this was my messy box, some of the corners, some of the edges, I should say, are not as flush as they should be. I did a way better job on the other box because I was more careful in how I did it. But I never worked with this paper before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. Hot glue to the rescue. Can somebody give me an amen? Amen. Yay. Don't worry, I'm still going. I'm still going, darling. I'm still going. I'm still here, you guys. I'm still here. Hopefully I finish by the time that it hits 9. But I'm still here for a little while longer. Just gonna do the same to this. Handy dandy glue gun, right? Can never go wrong with a glue gun. So let me see what I do with this because I really like this. So I'm trying to see if I can just kind of maybe add this to one of the edges maybe. I might just do that. I might just do that. Add that to one of the edges. This is going to be hot glued in here. Like so. Okay, which I think I'm going to do now so that I can keep working on the rest of it. No, maybe not. I'll do that after. Let me do the edges. Let me add the edges up. So this is what I was saying. I wasn't really stressing it too much because I was going to be adding these little edges up anyway. And this is why I kind of left this glue, my brush in this glue. So I'm going to do this. And before I forget, because everything is in red, I'm going to go ahead and just ink up. If I can find my ink pad. Here it is. I'm going to ink up this in red as well, just so that everything kind of has this matchy kind of tone for the edges. I probably shouldn't have done the ends because I don't know where it's going to end up at, but it's okay. Oh, I suppose you could always cut it off, right? So I'm just going to add some of this red. And actually, just going to add some of that there. Only because I feel that I'm going to need it. So I'll do one at a time and see how it goes. And I'm going to add this little strip here. And I'm going to try to push it up to the top as close as I possibly can, get it to that edge instead of flush. Anything that is short on me, I'm not worried about because I can always fix that by decorating the back with some paper or doing something else to it. So I'm not going to overly worry too much about that. As well as the frame, you can always bling it up with some pearls, which is something that I might do on this, just to cover up those little funny edges that I don't like too much. And since this glue is so wet, it gives me a little bit of play. It gives me a little bit of play. And allows me to use some of the pieces that I have left over. So repeating the process. I'm not going to worry too much about how much of this red I'm getting on here. I'm just going to use whatever is on this little pad here. And I did it again. And I did the edges, you know, the ends, which I probably should not have done. But it's all right. For the next strip, I definitely will need a new application of this right here. So let's keep it going. Because time is of the essence, people. Time is of the essence. And just going to continue it right here. Right where that one leaves off, I'll do the next one. I'll hold it down. Only because I feel like it's popping off a little bit. Some strips, I guess, came out the right size, and some strips came out just a hairline smaller, or shorter, I should say, than the others, but it's okay. Just make sure you smooth it out well. In case you have any air bubbles in there, that glue can kind of, any glue extra that you have will run through and fill in those little gaps, those little spaces. But overall, me likey. Me likey, you guys. Me and Brandy had you running to Michael's. Did you find anything good? Thanks, Janet. I gotta keep wetting my hands, you guys, because I can't deal with the sticky. The sticky drive me crazy. Sticky fingers, sticky. I can't deal. I hope the next week they have something good over there because You know, it's not cheap to go. And most likely they're not going to have it on sale, which is probably why they held off on bringing them in the first place, because I don't know how that works, you guys. When those papers come in, are they on hot buys or no? I don't know how that works. You have to tell me. Are they like automatically on sale when they come in, or do they go for regular price until the next paper sale comes on? Because if that's the case, they hustled me today. They hustled me bad. Because here I am thinking that I'm gonna be able to get them at a super sale next week. That's my hopes and my dreams. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Almost as good as my 80. I got one of them for like $1.80 today. I was so happy. I was like, yay, cha-ching, cha-ching. So I called jackpot. Loved it. So how much was your final cost at the end per pad, Liz? Oh, all right. I finished this already, so this is done. I'm gonna just overlap it a little bit so that I'm not completely out of room here, and I'm gonna use this glue instead, since it does glue and dry a little bit faster than the other one, to bring that all the way over. So I have done that. I've completely wrapped my little shabby situation here, and I really like this. I think that it matches this dress really nicely. Yeah, I'm gonna glue that on there. I really like how that looks. I need more glue. You can't glue without glue sticks, Carmen. This thing is a glue guzzler, let me tell you. Just give me like 2 seconds. I'm about to become like a Michaels expert on here. Gonna become the Michaels guru. I know I have the worst luck. Oh, you got them like that? Okay. That sucks. Then they waited for him. They did this to me on purpose. They said, today, Carmen is coming, you guys. Hide all the good stuff. When she leaves, then bring it all back out. That's what they did to me. That's what they did to me today. Sons of paper baggers. All right, so I'm going to hot glue this. And this is glass, you guys, so I don't know how well this is going to hot glue. But I'm going to try. Hopefully it do a good job. Move this over a smidge so you guys can see. This is so pretty. I love it already. Oh my god, I love it already. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, stay still, girl. Down, girl, damn. All right, it's not too balanced. It's not too balanced. The girl is tipsy, you guys. She's not too balanced. She's not too balanced. All right, so how many strips do I have left over? Oh yeah, I have enough to cover the other frame in the same paper, which is awesome. But I am going to go ahead and just add a few little details here and there to this before I can consider this more or less done. I have to find my pearl thingamabobs. I'm going to see if I find them. I don't know where they are. Thank you, darling. Oh, yes. That's like Hitchhike to the Galaxy right there, you guys. For me, it is. All right, so Let me go ahead and add some flowers here, because if we have a vine with some leaves, then we need some flowers, right? And I'm gonna add some flowers here as well. I think I'm gonna add 2 of them in the corner here, just to make them a little different. Make these corners a little different, right? And let me see if I find my, okay, the flowers are tipsy, you guys. The flowers are falling to the side. Too much water, not enough sunlight. All right, so let's see. Let me find something that I can add. Some kind of trim. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it that you love it. It really does mean everything to me. I love it that you love it. And the next thing I gotta do something with is for this Barbie here that I done altered up, and now she's ready to dance and nowhere to go. I have to try to find something that I can add in here. I'm trying to see. Oh, I found some Rebling. Let me see if I can use up. Maybe I can use up some of that because I have it available. Let's see how that looks. I don't need them to look identical, so let's see how that kind of looks there all together. I'm just gonna cut this whole strip down and just see if I like it. I think I had tried to use this before in another project, but for some reason I recycled it. So let's try that and see how that kind of looks, you guys. Because I'm not adding much interest inside of it, I gotta add the interest to the outside. I'm gonna tuck this under here. And let's just try to get this nice and straight. Okay. Oh, I like that. What do you think? With the bling bling? Does it look good with the bling bling, you guys? I did all that work to cover these edges, only to cover them up. Ain't that some funny stuff? I miss doing this so much, you guys. You don't understand. So much, so much. It's not the same for me. It's not the same altering in private and creating it. I can do that easier with like cards because it's just a little different for me with cards. But when it comes to doing altered projects, which I absolutely adore to do, it's a lot more fun when I have you guys watching. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a little bit of what you call those people that like to be looked at. But I don't know. It's just different for me when you guys are here and you're with me. So it's a little, I don't know. I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to express it, you guys. Oh my God. So embarrassing. Oh no. Okay, I'm overdoing it with those scissors. All right, so let's see. Let's cut up this rest of this trim. And just so you guys know, I won't be doing any more haul videos related to any of the paper shapers that I use moving forward. You might see me use them. You will never know where I got them from. Just in case. Because people are going out like lightning. And I have almost, I don't even know how many videos on here that I would have no way of replicating over the dumbest thing in the world, which is that. So let's see here. And this is kind of why I was saying that I didn't care that it had that little notch kind of taken off the side of the box. Because at the end of the day, I was going to somehow make it flush, and voila. Why? I know. I know, you guys, but I felt abandoned. What can I tell you? I do not lie. I do not lie. Nor do I have a problem expressing my feelings. I tell you. I tell you. So, I mean, it is what it is, you guys. I'm over that. I do not dwell on the past. I move forward like the train, never backwards. You only move backwards to get clean. You move forward to do stuff. That's how trains work, right? When they go backwards, it's because they're going to go back to the little back cave. You guys know what I mean. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness. What am I going to do with these things? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I make stuff and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Eventually, it'll become somebody's gift, but don't know. See, I wasn't going to put any flowers there, but I figured since I put one on the top, then I have to do the same for the bottom. I just hope it sticks. I don't know. I don't know. Good night, Linda. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, my God, it's 2:30 at night over there. Oh, get some sleep. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, Debbie. I'll have a faster version later on. Wrong glue. I am almost done, you guys. I think within the next half hour, I should have the other frame pretty much finished. I'm not going to worry about doing the back. That takes too much time right now. Whenever I give it away, whoever I give it away to, it'll have a nice clean back. For right now, it's like this. But right now, it's like this, you guys. It's like this. Okay? All right. So I think that was good. I'm going to move on to the next one. And I'll do a close-up so that you guys can kind of see how it came out. Now, I don't have enough bling for the both of them. So I think I'm going to do this one a little bit different because I do have the cleaner edges and I don't have that zip there. So I might just put bling on the top and the bottom and not so much on the sides. And then we'll see how that kind of goes. So let's go ahead and add our paper, which is this one right here. This is the one that's going to go in there. And I'm just going to hot glue it because might as well. Right? Might as well. And there we go. Edges, 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 everybody. Edges, edges. I swear my phone turns on by itself to listen to me talking. I think it misses me secretly. I don't know what the heck is going on with this bipolar phone. I'll literally like get up and the next thing I know, recording on. I'm like, what? What are you recording? I didn't even touch you for like an hour. It just did it to me now. I just went to like get the papers from the side, and I have my phone charging on the side there, and the whole little recording, listening. We are listening. Who is listening? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me without my permission. You are not allowed. The bad thing is with that is that it's falling out of nowhere. People don't even know that it's happening. So I've been saying this for a while, you guys. I've been saying this for a while. You know it. I've been telling you guys to be careful. I took a gamble too. I deleted all those videos. I already deleted them. Everybody knows how to get what they need to get. They know where they gotta go get it from. There's no point anymore to keep showing what everybody knows how to find. Don't put yourself at jeopardy. Don't put yourself at risk. You're here to craft. Let's get back to crafting. There was too much hauling anyway. At least that's just my opinion. There was too much show and tell, not enough creation. Now we can get back to the creation part of it. So everybody knows now. User beware. The minute you see somebody using something, you're going to go looking for it. So you'll find it somehow, some way. Somebody will be selling it. I'll be honest, as a crafter, I was very bored of just watching people buying stuff because it became only about that for a certain amount of time. I don't have a problem with people sharing, you know. Obviously, you have joy, you have excitement. You just found something. It's like, oh my God, I just found this. But if 15 people found what you found, you're not Christopher Columbus over here. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Not that he discovered anything either, but kind of like the point. Like, you're showing and telling what you've seen at least 10 people in your own subscription stream show and tell. How about you do something that they didn't do and use it? I'm sorry. Am I going too much? So, you know, let's get back to basics. No more HSN up in here. Back to the crafty community we used to be. I have a problem speaking my mind. I guess that's why I get thumbs down on my videos sometimes. But it's okay. I'm okay with it. At least you heard me. Ah. It's a secret. That's what it is. You have to keep it a secret. No advertisement, i.e. I got from, look at what I found, that who has, that they did, that they didn't do. Did it look like very similar to, almost identical to? None of those. None of those. Girl, gotta be them trolls, because I don't think I got any fake friends. And if that's the case, everything in due time, darling. Everything in due time. It's gotta be them trolls, girl. I'm pretty sure of it. This has been happening to me for a long time. And I'd like to think of all my friends as genuine. All of my friends. Let's see here. I'm gonna leave that strip alone. and add this little piece right here. And I am about done with this strip right here, you guys. So we are about to, I'm gonna have to use this one. Yep, I'm gonna have to use this one. These are the same exact size. That one, not so much. Let me just trim this down right here so that I can wrap it over and we are good to go. All right, let me just clean my hands because I do have all that gunk on it, all that glue. So I am working a little bit fast because time is running out, you guys. Oh my God. Today's live stream is almost over. No. But yes, unfortunately, my friends, it is almost that time again where I must bid you all farewell with a heavy heart, with a very, very heavy heart. Did I put this thing up right? All right. I was just making sure that I didn't put the background words upside down and then stuck her like she's in the Matrix. Just making sure. All right, so I'm gonna do this very similar, which is attach that I love this. I don't know if she bought this like this or if she made them, and that's Linda Hansen. I don't know if she got it like that or if she was it. I dropped the glue stick. No, something for me to trip over later. Dang it. All right, so, but I love it. That, let me tell you something. When I added this, the trims to my jar, like it just, to me, it took it from just a jar to something else. Like it literally transformed it into like something completely different. I was like, OMG. I felt like it just gave it that much needed touch. I loved it. I loved it. I wish I had it long enough that I can do the whole thing, but I don't. But it's okay. She gave me plenty, and I'm very appreciative. And I loved it. And it was very fun to play with and work with in my projects. I wish I could replicate it. Because I so would be like, Linda, I am copying your idea. Because they just came out so pretty. I love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, I think I have 4 flowers left over, so I think I'm only gonna add the 4. I don't think I'm gonna get too fancy, i.e., you know, getting more flowers out, so on and so forth. I think I'm just gonna use these 4, and let's see. Let's see. All right. So I have these 4. How much blinkage do I have? What can I spare here? Let's do this bottom real quick, just to see what I can do. Let's see what I can do with this. Let's see how far I can stretch it, you guys. In my eye, I don't have enough. Well, to my eyes, I don't have enough. But let's see. Let's see if I get lucky. Well, that's what we're here for, Jackie. That's what we're here for. Let's see. Let's see, you guys. Am I gonna get lucky? Am I gonna get lucky here? Am I? Am I? Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? Do you? I think so. Oh my God, I made it. I made it. All right, all right, all right, all right. What's up? What's up? I let it in and push it out. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm amped. I'm amped, you guys. I got enough bling. Amazingly enough. I have enough bling, you guys. Don't fall on me. My glue is drying as we speak. All right, I got it. I got it. Yeah, baby. Do you like how it sparkles, baby? Do you? All right. All right. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Let's see the other side now. Yeah, baby. Thank you, darling. I love going back to my happy place and crafting for you guys. But crafting more so for myself. Because I think I kind of lost that somewhere along the way. And I think that's where I kind of started losing you guys too. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back doing what I love with the people that I care for. Yeah, baby. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So we got that going. Now it's time to add some flowers, right? We got to add some roses. We got to add some roses. Roses, smoses. But you know what? Let me add her first because without the dress, there's no point of this box, right? So let's get this together. And if she pops out at any point, she will be E6000 to this box for sure. All right, so let's get this going. Try to get her right in the center. And push this down so that hopefully she stands straight. Yay! Right? Are we at a yay moment? Yeah, I think we are. We are at a yay moment. I hate this glue. I hate doing something and then having this glue mess it all up because you see it everywhere. Oh man. You guys hear me complain about that all the time. So they're gonna be a little different, I guess. Not too much difference, but subtle differences, I guess, in how they both look. Right? So we have this one and this one, you guys. Very similar, like again, subtle differences, only like with the backgrounds, and this one has a lot more gold in it. The background is a little bit more sloppily laid down, I would say, because I kind of crinkled it all up and I didn't really know what I was doing with that first box. But the second one came out a lot smoother because I learned from my first mistake and I cut it into sections. The box is pretty much the same, except for 2 flowers in the bottom on one and 1 on the other one, which is 1 and 2, so it kind of makes sense even though I did them backwards. But it'll be like this, 1 and 2. And yes, this is it. And did I make it? I made it with 15 minutes to spare, you guys. Woohoo to that. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me on my welcome back return video / live. I will be having this video on a faster pace. I will process it again. I'll download it and process it over so that I can get it nice and fast for you guys, so that you guys can come back and, you know, watch it if you like in a faster pace. It probably will not have much instruction, but at the end of the day, do what I do, follow your heart, not so much your instincts, and just go with the flow. Do the opposite of whatever your mind tells you to do, and usually you come out with something good when it comes to crafting anyways, right? Time for the store. All right, you guys, have an awesome night. It's been awesome as usual hanging out with you guys. Hugs and kisses to all, and I will see you guys on my next live, which will be, I guess, next Saturday. Let's see what we create then. Bye, everyone.